So I thought I'd tell you about why I moved to Calgary. As you can tell, my accent is not Canadian. I'm from England, from a small town called Beverley near Hull in East Yorkshire of England. I lived there for 19 years. I moved over here when I was 19. I'm now 26. One of the main reasons I moved over here is because I've got dual nationality. So I've got a British and a Canadian passport, so I can live in either places. The reason we got that is because of my granddad, and my parents applied for citizenship when I was like 3, and it was apparently a lot easier then, and especially with my granddad. My granddad's Canadian, so especially with that, it helps apply for it. So it was really easy to move over here. Why Calgary? Well, my parents, when I was about 8, my parents were going to move over here, and they chose Calgary, but they didn't end up moving here then. So all growing up, Calgary's been on the radar. Like, it's Calgary's been the place to go in Canada. Just in the mindset, like no particular reason. So I decided that I was going to do it, that I was going to move over. My sister actually moved over before me. My older sister, she moved over probably like 2 years before me. So as far as accommodation or anything like that, I was sorted. So it wasn't a huge issue to move out. Looking back now, I don't know how I did it at 19. It's a big move, moving out of your house, like from living with your parents. I had a fairly sheltered upbringing. So moving out, that wasn't an easy decision, but it just made it all that much easier that my sister lived here. So I moved over here in 2005. Yeah, and I love it. I prefer Calgary to England. I don't hate England. I love England. I'm English. But I prefer Calgary to England. And I'll tell you why. I guess that would be a good idea to tell you why. One of the major reasons was the people. People here, on the whole, this is generalization, but they are nicer. More friendly, they're willing to talk to you. I have an experience when I came here. I got off the plane, my sister picked me up, and we went to a mall for some food. As I was sat in the mall, some random guy, wasn't homeless, he was a nice guy, he came up and started talking to me about my shoes. And that for me was awesome. It's a small thing, but it was awesome. I enjoy camping in the mountains. And that's another good thing about Calgary. It was so close to the mountains. and it just feels like real camping. Like in the UK, you go camping in a field with a million other people. Here you go camping and you gotta watch out for bears and coyotes and other wild animals. I mean, that's just ridiculous to someone in the UK, that you gotta be careful of bears. But you do. I like that. I really like that. I mean, it's dangerous for sure. So is riding a motorbike. But I like it. Another reason why I like Calgary, I touched on it a bit, is the mountains. Calgary especially. We're so close to the mountains. They're like an hour away. You can see them. Like as we go over this bridge, it'll probably be really windy, but you can see them. And it's just so nice. I mean, it just does something to your insides. Like it's so, I don't know, so majestic and peaceful, and yeah, they're just huge. Like you look at them from here. There's a few clouds, so you can't really see. But they're just so nice to go to them. I don't go to them as often as I should. Like, I've only been snowboarding once. I've been here 7 years and I've been snowboarding once. The reason I've been once is I didn't have a good experience when I went the first time. I went to, I don't know what it was called, but it was more ice than snow. And obviously my first time I fell down a lot, and I think that would have been better to do on snow than ice, because it really hurt. I high-sided it once. I was going down, looking forwards with my board sideways, trying to stop, and the front of my board dug in, and I flipped and obviously put my wrists out, and that really hurt. So I didn't have a good experience. May call me a big baby, but I prefer riding a motorbike to snowboarding. Okay, so I think I've said a lot of things that I prefer with Canada, especially Calgary, over England. But I do have a few things that I prefer England. The big thing is the roads. The roads in the UK and Europe are awesome compared to Canada. There are nice roads here, especially in the Rockies, but a lot of roads here are straight. And the quality of the roads isn't the best. So that's one thing I miss. I really miss the nice roads and the twisty roads. Especially living in Yorkshire, going through the dales, the moors, is awesome, like the Lake District. I really wish I had a big bike in the UK. Unfortunately, I had a 125. And I didn't really go too far on it. There's I think I'm rambling a bit here, but there's a YouTube vlogger called Spicy 110, I think. He's probably one of my favorite vloggers. He's awesome. And he rides a 125 in the UK. And I love watching his videos because it just takes me back to when I had a 125 in the UK, and it's so much fun. You have fun on a big bike, but you have fun on a small bike as well. I mean, he may not have it. He may have it because out of necessity, like that's the biggest engine he's allowed to on his license right now. like I was when I was in the UK. But you do. I've been looking into a smaller bike. I want to get a supermoto. Just because they're so much fun. They look so much fun, as well as this bike. Obviously, I don't want to get rid of this bike. I love this bike. But just for fun around town and just off-road and all that stuff, I think it would be so much fun.